Congratulations, you made it to the flyover part of the Bible. For my international viewers, that's an American term that we refer to for the central part of the United States. There's a lot of small states there that politicians sometimes refer to as the flyover states or the forgotten part of the country. And the Book of Chronicles, the first Book of Chronicles, the beginning of it, is oftentimes forgotten. Like, I've been guilty of it when I get to my reading plan and I come upon Chronicles. It's like, hey, let's just skip to the next day because this is extraordinarily boring. But let me tell you 3 reasons why the Book of Chronicles, specifically the first part, is so important. The first reason is the practicality of it for these Jews during these times. Now, remember, the Bible is not written necessarily to you and me. While God uses it to communicate to us today, it was written initially, at least the Book of Chronicles was, for the Jewish people. And this was specifically written for the Jews after the whole Old Testament had come together. It's more like a summary of a lot of the Old Testament if you read the first and second Book of Chronicles in order. That's also why it's different from the Book of Kings. The Bible Project has a good video on that. But the genealogy of this book is important because in ancient Israel, there were a lot of laws that needed this. A lot of things in their culture depended on who their ancestors was. I'll give you an example of just one because I don't want to get into too many. The first one that comes to my mind is in the year of Jubilee. If I were to sell my land to you, then it would be returned back to me, and there would be ancient boundary markers that would be set up to mark my land and your land, and these were passed down from generation to generation. So genealogy was very important for that. The second reason is because this is tracking who the Messiah would be. The Book of Chronicles in particular is a summary of the Old Testament in a kind of a looking out for who the Messiah would be. And the Messiah had to come from Abraham, and he also had to come from David. So if they didn't track the genealogy like this, then it would be hard to prove who the Messiah actually was. And the third reason, and one of the most important reasons to us today as modern Christians in particular, is that if you are making a fake Bible, for lack of a better term, or just writing something that was completely of you, you would not include something like this because then it makes your work very easy to check factually. I hate to call out the Book of Mormon, but I think it's an excellent example of a book written by a man mimicking a book that's supposed to be written by God, because there are so many errors in the book of things that didn't happen historically. For instance, it said that horses and certain types of metal were in the New World in North America before Christopher Columbus, who was the one that brought them over, came. That's an error that we do not get in the Bible. The Bible has these long lists to prove its legitimacy to us. This is not something that you would include if you were faking the Bible. So those are 3 reasons. First, ancient Jews needed it for day-to-day life. They needed it to prove who the Messiah was, and we can use it to prove that the Bible is real. One fun verse is for 1 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 51. It says this: Samalia, the founder of Bethlehem. Just little things like that are little facts. Like, oh, Bethlehem was a city, but here's who founded it. That's how detailed the Bible gets. Anyways, I hope this encourages you and builds your faith, and I really hope to see you back here tomorrow as we continue to read through the Bible together. Real quick, if you want to read with me, then there's information in the description of this video below, like the playlist with all the videos and the Bible plan that I'm doing. See you back here tomorrow.